In the midst of recent events, a significant event has unfolded with far-reaching consequences for Vladimir Putin's regime in Russia. The failed rebellion orchestrated by Yevgeny Prigozhin has sparked intense speculation and analysis. From potential internal disagreements to a pivotal shift in the Ukraine war, or even a genuine challenge to Putin's leadership, the implications are profound. Join us as we explore the intricacies and implications of this rebellion, shedding light on the underlying motives and the possible repercussions for Russia's political landscape.
In this video, we explore the fragility of Putin's regime and the risks presented by Prigozhin's rebellion. We analyze the implications of the Wagner Group's actions, the impact on Ukraine's counteroffensive, and the potential consequences for Lukashenko's regime and China's strategic interests. To stay updated, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for our latest video releases. If you found the video informative, please consider sharing it with others. We appreciate your support.
The fragility of Putin's regime, assessing the risks posed by Yevgeny Prigozhin's rebellion. Yevgeny Prigozhin's rebellion presents significant risks to Vladimir Putin's regime, exposing its fragility and the potential consequences of Prigozhin's unchecked actions. Several factors contribute to this fragility. The Prigozhin rebellion highlights the dangers of Putin's risk policy, where important tasks are delegated to private actors outside the established chain of command. While this reliance on informal support networks and Putin's personal authority may have worked in the past, it becomes unmanageable when his power is weakened.
Ultimately, this crisis will continue to erode Russia's military capabilities in Ukraine as Kiev's counteroffensive intensifies. Whether it is a pre-planned strategy to identify opposition or a move to alter the course and command of the war until its conclusion, it underscores Putin's weakness in wielding political influence.
Prigozhin mutiny and its impact on Putin and Russia's Ukraine war. Wagner rebellion and threats to Putin's regime. In his attempt to bypass Russia's established military and governance structures, Putin may have inadvertently created a formidable threat to his regime and personal power. Prigozhin, formerly known as Putin's cook, and leader of the private military Wagner Group, showcased his ability to outmaneuver top military officials. Wagner swiftly captured key Russian cities, even reaching the outskirts of Moscow. While Prigozhin lacked overt support from Russian ruling circles, the reluctance of some leaders to criticize him suggests potential high-level backing. However, Prigozhin abruptly halted his advance, purportedly due to a deal brokered by Lukashenko. This rebellion poses the most significant challenge to the Russian state since 1993 and exposes the fragility of the Putin regime, risking Russia's international standing and military performance in Ukraine.
However, the recent agreement that halted the immediate threat posed by the Wagner Group and exiled Prigozhin to Belarus is unlikely to mark the end of the story. While it may appear as a victory for Putin on the surface, it has actually weakened him. The mere occurrence of the rebellion and the resolution through negotiation rather than a show of physical power have diminished Putin's standing. The military, traditionally revered by the Russian people, has once again been humiliated under Putin's leadership, exposing corruption, ineffectiveness, and subservient leadership. With his survival at stake, Putin's primary focus remains on securing his position among the influential few through displays of strength.
Lukashenko's short-term victory and long-term risks. Lukashenko's involvement in mediating the conclusion of the Wagner Group's movement, orchestrated by Prigozhin, may offer temporary support to his regime, but it carries long-term risks. The disruption caused by Russia's actions raises concerns among Belarus power elite, military, and vertical circles of authority. The rebellion of Wagner Group exposes vulnerabilities within Russia and potentially undermines both Putin's and Lukashenko's backing. This creates an opportunity for Belarusian democratic forces to appeal to the military and elite circles, aiming to free Belarus from dictatorship. Alternatively, this could be a calculated move by Putin and his allies, strategically orchestrated as part of a larger plan.
Russia's turmoil and China's isolation. The internal turmoil and conflicts in Russia present a possible risk to China's strategic interests and its aim for isolation. While China supports Putin to maintain stability, a precarious situation in Russia could further isolate China. To overcome potential consequences, China may need to pursue a pragmatic approach, seeking to reduce tensions with the US and Europe. Conversely, a sudden collapse of Putin's government or a rebellion would lead to chaos and have an impact on global financial markets, along with the potential influx of refugees. This scenario is unfavorable for both Europe and America.
Prigozhin's failed coup. Implications for Ukraine's counteroffensive. Prigozhin's failed coup attempt against the Russian Ministry of Defense is expected to have implications for Ukraine's ongoing counteroffensive. Disruption to Russia's military command and logistics network can increase the chances of a breakthrough for Ukrainian forces. The rebellion also exposes weaknesses in the command structure and loyalty within the Russian military, providing Ukraine with exploitable opportunities. Ukraine must capitalize on Russia's internal strife, utilizing the disarray and diminishing loyalty within the Russian military to achieve a lasting peace. The time to end the war may be within reach.
The failed coup and its impact on Ukraine. The recent attempted coup led by the Wagner mercenaries against the Kremlin has ended in an unexpected turn of events, with a reported backroom deal brokered by Belarusian dictator Alexander Lukashenko. This rebellion has exposed the vulnerability and incoherence of the Putin regime, particularly as the rebel forces managed to advance unopposed and seize Rostov-on-Don, the headquarters of the Russian war against Ukraine. The implications are significant, signaling the weakening legitimacy of the Putin regime and marking the beginning of the end for the ongoing war. The failed coup will undoubtedly make the Russian population and Putin's elites question the viability of continuing a conflict that has now endangered the stability of the regime itself. In this moment of uncertainty, Ukraine must capitalize on Russia's internal strife and push forward with its counteroffensive, capitalizing on the disarray and diminishing loyalty within the Russian military. The time to end the war and achieve a lasting peace may be within reach,